There's a puppy. He's following me, but from a distance. And the reason is he's hoping for some food because there ain't no one around. Look at those beautiful puffy clouds as I walk down this track somewhere in the north of Cambodia. And as always, I am on the hunt for ancient abandoned temples. Now my guess is it's going to be where these tall trees are, because that's often the way, you see. Where there's temples, there'll be trees that are not cut down, and it's that height that gives me a clue that round this very bend there may well be an ancient wonder. Or maybe not, as the case may be. My wanderings continue. These are farmers' tracks. Almost nobody comes here. If you look, there's no footprints, no tyre marks, no nothing on these tracks. Now what I'm looking for is an ancient temple, of course. Now this is what you have to do. All these paths look the same. You have to leave arrows. I never used to do this. And the mental anguish, it's like being a child when you can't find your parents in a supermarket when you're real tiny. The mental anguish of not being able to find your way out is really worrying, especially late in the day. But right now I know it's this particular path I need to take to get myself home. Now I have been going around in circles somewhat, and at long last we've found it. This is a difficult one to find. It's almost completely obscured by that tree. Have a closer look. Now that is really special. And look at the sun just winking itself out as it's going to head down over the horizon. And we know that way is west, obviously. But this is absolutely the last temple that I'll be seeing today. And my goodness, holy wow, just look at this. Isn't this 100% amazing? Hello and welcome again to Forgotten Temples with myself, Mr. B. And allow me to introduce you to the most elusive Prasat Chin Cham Tray. This is an incredible temple. I gotta be truthful to you, I almost gave up. But the truth is, I never really do give up, because what's round the corner, or what's behind that extra bit of effort, is a place like this. I'm going to move over here. Do you know why? That bit of nature has me captivated. See the way those roots cascade like a waterfall down over the temple. And here, look, the way, this is incredible, the way it's captured this lintel. This is damn heavy. Look, that's the length of my arm. That's the length of both my arms. And it's really, really deep. And it's just held in place by these roots. Nature itself has taken this temple and it is frozen it in time. This is an incredible wonder of nature. An ancient temple being suspended in time by the mighty roots of an old tree. And what it's doing is keeping this doorway still open. It's a crack of time, isn't it? It's barely being held open by the might of a solitary tree. Maybe within that tree there is the spirit of some ancient priest who used to dwell here, and he is fighting tooth and nail to keep this temple as open and as accessible as is humanly possible. But we leave the roots and we move on. I've not walked through here. Wow, oh Lord, wow. This is amazing. This is amazing. There, an ancient window. There, a flitting butterfly. and through the back here. Good Lord! Oh wow! Oh wow, I was not expecting that. Now I'm going to have to move over and then zoom in due to the sun setting in the west. Have a look at this. Can you see it? There, suspended in the sky, is the face of Buddha. I have dedicated years of my life to this project. I travel alone, I work alone, I live alone, I sleep alone. But I have something that most don't have. I have adventure, I have wonder, and it's all down to those ancient gods and these fantastic temple sites. Now this site, I promise you, is hardly ever visited. It took me ages to find it. And every single temple I've ever been to in all those miles over all those years, every single one, no matter how small, has always held some form of surprise for me. I have never ever been disappointed. And this one is no different. I so felt like giving up. It's so late in the day and I'm far away from a main road, and I shouldn't be this late in the afternoon. But I pressed on. I suppose what I have is a temple addiction. And the reason why is right here. You could push your way through the shrub and the bush, and then you find something like this. This incredible carving of a giant Buddha's head in the middle of a jungle environment. What could be more rewarding? I lay my head on my pillow at night and it is full of wondrous things, and it's all because of these temples. And allow me to tell you a little of the history of this place. You see, this temple is a satellite temple of the Bante Chamar group. Once here was a mighty, enormous city. It grew up around the Khmer kingdom, which at that time was expanding greatly. And this area was of huge interest to them because the land here is so very fertile. It grew rice as though they were harvesting from a magic land. The rice was plentiful and it was bountiful. But there also, with that good fortune, lay the very ending of this area. These kind of places are just not abandoned overnight. There's no great meteor that falls from the sky. What it is said actually happened was, due to droughts year after year after year, the rice was not so bountiful. And when you have such a huge city, these people need to be fed. So what happened was the people left. They had to. Their stomachs compelled them to do so. And do you know what's so interesting? Some ancient priests would have come to temples to dwell like here, this, and this he is fighting tooth and nail, guess, because they are about to leave their homeland, the only place they ever knew, and set off into the unknown. So what would have they needed before they went? Well, of course, the blessings of the gods. They would have come here and looked upon him and implored him, please, give us good fortune and keep us safe. And after they asked for that blessing, they headed off through this door and into the unknown. And certainly there's only one place for me to finish this video, and that is next to this ancient doorway, which is held by these roots. We saw it on the way in, but my goodness, isn't this amazing? It's the end of an exceptionally long and painful day today. I got myself in all sorts of trouble. Getting to sites like this is not as easy as it always looks. But this is an absolute jewel. This is a memory I will always treasure. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And I hope very much that you have appreciated this very short trip around somewhere so wondrous and so ancient that's far away in a mystical land. And if by chance you could help me to build up the world's first ever library, video library of sites such as this, then I would be truly grateful. And how you do that's very simple. It's www.patreon.com/temples. As simple as that. And finally, as always, it only remains for me to wish you absolutely nothing. But of course, the very best. You be sure to take good care now. Wow. You are so beautiful.